The Reds are back in action tomorrow as we take on Lask in the Europa League, with a win seeing us qualify for the knockout stages. In today's video, we'll discuss some big Darwin Nunez news, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool's talented young midfielder Bobby Clark will have to wait a little longer for his return to action. It has been a frustrating few months for Clark, who has only had 5 appearances to his name all season. Having been absent since October 1st, the Liverpool Echo's Ian Doyle reports he is not expected to be back in action until the new year. This comes as a blow as he returned to light training in November, but has clearly been delayed in his comeback. The midfielder is highly rated by many, and the club, including Jurgen klopp, who included him in Liverpool's Europa League squad as a List A player. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to kick on from a strong end to last season. In the summer, Klopp even name-checked Clark alongside Ben Doak and Connor Bradley when saying there is an open door for them to play in a slightly different role to before. The 18-year-old is originally from Newcastle but joined the Reds in 2021 and has been impressing ever since. As a brilliant passer of the ball, he has controlled games for the under-18s and under-21s but has yet to properly make a first-team squad. He has 2 appearances under his belt, but with the Europa League a potential chance for minutes, will feel his recent injuries have meant missed opportunities in his young career. At just 18 years old though, he still has time to influence the first team coaches, especially if he can help Liverpool on a run in the EFL trophy. For him to have a chance of playing in that competition, the Reds would need to knock out Bradford in the round of 32 in December. Darwin Nunez played his 60th game for Liverpool in Saturday's 1-1 draw against Manchester City, which meant the club's outlay on the striker went up significantly. When Liverpool struck a €100 million deal with Benfica last summer, it confirmed Nunez as their most expensive signing of all time. The fee stood at £85 million, eclipsing those paid for the likes of Virgil van Dijk at 75, Alisson at 65, and then Naby Keita at 52.75, which only heightened expectations. Now reaching form that merits that status, Nunez made his 36th start for the club as they travelled to the Etihad on Saturday. It was the Uruguayan's 60th appearance for Liverpool overall, though it brought a rather muted performance as returning from South America ahead of a 12:30pm kickoff appeared to take its toll. Either way, the occasion prompted a 7-figure payday for Benfica, who received a further £8.5 million of a package agreed back in 2022. As reported, upon his move to Anfield, the upfront fee guaranteed to the Portuguese club was £63.7 million, with the remainder included in add-ons. Liverpool paid €4.3 million of that after Nunez's 10th appearance, which saw him score in the 7-1 thrashing of Rangers last season, while the 60th milestone means another £8.5 million will be paid. That leaves just £8.5 million left, which according to the reports in Portugal, depends on the individual and collective performances of the team throughout the contract. Nunez may have already hit some of these targets, for example, as he has already scored 22 goals for the club with 9 assists. But while they have now paid at least £76.5 million for their number 9, meaning he has already cost more than Van Dijk regardless of further add-ons, Liverpool should consider it as a worthy outlay. It is still early in Nunez's development at the club, but he is showing every sign of becoming the elite level centre forward Jurgen Klopp and his staff had hoped upon sanctioning the club record fee. Mohamed Salah was asked to name his 3 biggest influences as a footballer growing up, with one of his answers a surprise name he later called a teammate. Ask almost every player breaking through now, and their football inspiration will be either Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. For those on Merseyside, Steven Gerrard is the default answer, while many often cite Ronaldinho as a major influence. As a 31-year-old, Salah can still consider Messi and Ronaldo contemporaries, but there is a strong case to argue that he has outperformed both many times in recent years. His influence goes further back then, as the Egyptian revealed Q&A with Sky Sports Saturday Social ahead of the 1-1 draw with Manchester City. He said, "I loved Ronaldo, Zidane and Totti. Their game was different than others and I just looked up to them. Ronaldo was just doing his stuff, Zidane is Zidane, Totti is Totti, so these 3 are always in my mind." Put to him that all 3 players are quite different, Salah replied, "Zidane and Totti are, I think, a little bit similar. Ronaldo just did what he wanted in the game basically, but I think Zidane and Totti are similar, like number 8, number 10, kind of. I watched them all of the time. Their game was just about enjoying the football, just playing what they had in mind. They don't care that much, so that's why I see their magic. Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane are benchmarks for every player of Salah's generation, like with Messi and Ronaldo today, but Francesco Totti is perhaps a surprise inclusion. At a one-man club, Totti made his debut for Roma when Salah was 1 year old in 1993, but they eventually became teammates 22 years later. They played together 29 times together in Rome, with the young forward teeing up his legendary strike partner with 2 goals. It would have been a dream come true for Salah, though whether he plays like any of Ronaldo, Zidane or Totti is up for debate. 8 years after leaving Liverpool for Sunderland and a deal worth £4 million, Sebastian Coates has now equalled a historic record of Sporting Lisbon. There were high hopes for Coates upon his arrival at Liverpool from Uruguayan club Nacional in 2011, but the towering centre-back never truly settled. Having joined as a 20-year-old, the £7 million transfer fee put a weight of expectations on his shoulders, and he only made 24 appearances for the first team. Though his bicycle kick against QPR lives in the long memory, his time on Merseyside fizzled out. After a return to Nacional on loan, he joined Sunderland in 2014. Initially on loan, Coates' stay at the Stadium Light was made permanent for £4 million a year later, but he was then forced out upon his appointment as Sam Allardyce months after the deal was completed. Joining Sporting on loan for a season and a half paved the way for a permanent switch, and he has enjoyed unprecedented success in Lisbon. Becoming a captain in 2020 and lifting the Premier Liga in 2021, the club's first in 19 years, Coates has now equalled a long-standing record. Making his 242nd outing for Sporting on Saturday's 8-0 thrashing of Udinese in the Taça de Portugal, he levelled Anderson Pologa for the most appearances for the club by a foreign player. He marked it with a goal, the 4th of the evening, before being given a standing ovation when he was brought off in the 75th minute. Coates is now also tied with Pologa and Pedro Barbosa in 9th in Sporting's all-time appearance list. He said, "The truth is that since I arrived I never expected to reach this milestone, but I'm happy. I also had the opportunity to speak to Anderson Pologa, who for me and the club was an example. From his side I want to thank him. He was the one who did everything to contact me and proved me to be a person with tremendous humility. I've been here for many years. My children are also fans of the club and enjoy the games as a part of my life, and I will always be a pride of being a part of this club." It is a far cry from his low-key time in the Premier League, with a few having predicted where he left Liverpool he would reach such heights. Now 33, Coates' deal with Sporting is set to expire in the summer, though the club hold an option to extend it by a further 12 months. Beyond that, there are already hopes he will start part of the hierarchy when his playing career ends. Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on Darwin Nunez so far this season? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.